tale of two seasons. The first 7 games was spread out over a long period of time, and we couldn't find any momentum. And I think anyone who's watched the IPL for a number of years knows teams can get on a roll and win a few straight away. And we missed out on a lot of close games early on, and then for whatever reason, our last 7 games have been phenomenal, and obviously we've been so well led by Virat, and I think the team's gone in the direction that he wanted it to through his own performance and through his own leadership, and everyone's followed that, and it's resulted in sort of 6 wins from our last 7 and put us in a chance of in this top 2 playoff. We remain relatively calm. I think in previous IPLs you've seen lots of teams come back from that position, namely Mumbai from last year, so we always knew it was possible with the strength of our side, but we had to remain as calm as possible, and I think once again the captain led that, realised what he needed to do from a performance perspective, and then he realised what he needed to do from a leadership perspective, and all those things culminated in him performing so well and the team following from there. Look, I think we planned for probably a few different players. I think injuries hit us, and that was something we had to bounce back from, not only before the tournament but during the IPL, and that's affected a number of teams this season, particularly for us in the bowling department. So the original planning around who was going to play changed a lot, and then we've had guys throughout the tournament step up when required. Chris Jordan came into the tournament without playing much cricket for a month or so, and he's got better and better as it's gone along. Arvind continued on his form from last year after a bit of a rough start, and same with Chahal. So those sorts of guys have stepped up in the bowling department, and that's been a real difference for us. I could tell you that. I think I'd bottle it up and give it to everyone, but it's you can see it in the team that starts to feel comfortable and I think confident in their roles. We didn't make too many changes in the last half of the tournament, so guys knew they were playing, guys knew what they had to do in every game. So I think once that consistency emerges, guys get a lot more confidence from that, and they can walk out into the park and try and express that confidence. Absolutely, I think that's always going to be the difference. You look at our batting lineup, and more often than not they're going to perform, and I think probably almost every single game they did their job, and then once the bowlers started, I suppose stepping up's not quite the right word, but understanding their roles as well, particularly bowling at Chinnaswamy, where we know how difficult it is there. Once they understood what they needed to do on that ground, I think that was the turnaround for us. Well, it does, and I think we're also complimented by KL Rahul having such an amazing season, and then Sachin Baby coming in and doing a great job, and then saw Stuart Binney in the last game as well. So some of those guys haven't had many opportunities because of the performances of Virat and AB in particular, and Chris as of lately. So I think that's something that RCB's always been spoilt with, that level of batting talent, and to go with how good the wicket is at Chinnaswamy, it means that they're very dangerous, very explosive, and they've proven themselves all season. But in particular Virat, I mean, one of the all-time great seasons, no matter what sport you play in. To see him lead that well and be so consistent has been inspirational to everyone. Well, I think we're really lucky to have so many talented batsmen. The guys you mentioned, plus Mandeep Singh, Kedar Yadav, have been selected for India, and Sarfaraz Khan, they've sat on the bench for us. So early on we knew we had a lot of batting depth, and we just need to find the exact way to fit them all in, and it took a little bit of tinkering at the start, but KL in particular has been amazing in whatever role we've asked of him. He's taken a lot of pressure off Virat at times when he's been able to come in there and play aggressively, and then Sachin Baby, when he got his chance, has been fantastic as well. I think he's striking over 150, so to leave those other 3 guys out has been incredibly tough because of how talented they are, but the reason we've been able to do that is how well those other guys have done. I think he's a really confident spinner, and sometimes that's not the easiest thing to be when you bowl at this ground and you bowl in T20 cricket, how aggressive people are, but he's got a really good understanding of his strengths. He knows how to attack, and he knows how to take wickets, and that's been so important for us because we needed that wicket taker, and he was able to live up to that after a tough start with the ball. He didn't play 3 or 4 games after not going so well, but to bounce back, to pick up the purple cap and do a role that we desperately needed has been one of the differences for us. I think you get the 2 styles of leadership with Virat. Off the field he's very calm, he's very methodical and prepared, not only in his batting but the way he talks to the team, and then when he walks on the park he's got that intensity that everyone needs to follow because he cares so much and he puts so much effort in. So it's nice to have those 2 different styles, and I think the guys really respond to it. They want that bit of I suppose they want that relaxed vibe off the field, so there's not too much pressure, but when they step on the field they understand that everyone needs to perform and everyone needs to match that level of intensity that Virat has, and I think they really respond to that. Well, like I said before, we've had such a hectic travel schedule that we haven't actually spent too much time together since the win, so we'll get together later this afternoon and start building up from there. But I think the guys have stayed fairly relaxed the whole way through, and we're going to try and maintain that going into this big final.